Hello everybody, thank you for joining us. Today we're going to draw a galloping horse and we're going to show this from the front angle. We have other videos in which we have featured a horse, but today we're going to use this front angle to show the wondrous trek of this majestic animal. So what we do need is just some framework lines. So please use very thin strokes. So we have the bottom of the torso pretty much here. That is the neck. That'll be the head. So we can show it exactly from the front, but it would be more beneficial to show a bit of the side because it's more realistic and lets us have a little more ground to play with. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if you have all those shapes in place, we could begin putting down additional lines, additional framework. So we have 1 and 2, and those are the front legs. So how we will show them is in a sort of, not just like extended and standing there, but the horse is galloping, so there's an action going on. So knee, like going backward, and hoof and the ankle. Upper leg, knee, lower leg, and the hoof and the ankle going somewhere there. So we'll also put in, we'll see if we need another dimension here, but right now this is it. So how we work this is, and it would be very beneficial to check out some images on Google where they show these awesome animals in the midst of their trek or their journey. If we watch some stallions trying to go from one pasture to another, it is always a wondrous thing to watch. They are like just awesome. So the muscle structure on a horse comes into full play, particularly in the front legs and the corresponding section right below the head and the neck, and it looks like all the more majestic. So we have adjoining muscle flow going from the neck, and of course it depends on how much we want to put in terms of striations, how muscular the animal is. Some horses are like really well muscled, and it would not be inaccurate to show all that. So there's the belly, let's say, and then we have a hint of the bottom. But from this angle we'll probably just come in like that in a circle and come right there. But there we have some action going as well in the back. So let's show a hint of the rear leg coming down that way, and perhaps a hint of the leg, rear leg again, the other rear leg going in that way. Because of course we have to imagine that the horse's legs, now we could make them a little longer or we could make them smaller, and that's up to us how we need to make this work. But what we can do here is just put in standard head. Okay, so now we will just go and put in some tones. So let's say that we had a light source coming from above. By the way, we made the leg right there a little less bulky. So darker tones wherever the shadows are likely to come down. And again, the horse might be running in a source of light that is more illuminated than it has contrasting aspects of tones and dark fills. So in that case, of course, you would have your own pick of how to shade that horse from those different angles. But this is like one just common and conventional manner of throwing in some tones in a very, very quick sketch. That is, after all, the part of the exercise, that we're putting in some quick tones. And this is what always if you would take the time to check our other videos in which we work with tones and muscle structure, we always maintain that right around every bulge of a human being or an animal. We have, of course, focused more on human beings in our videos, but around every bulge, around every striation, every sinew, we have to have some sort of tone going to highlight all those different aspects. In the horse, this is more evident than some other creatures, because right here where we're working right now, the tones are really, really apparent. So just quickly throwing in again some contrasting tones. Guess some of the shadow will fall on that part there. And of course, depending on, let's say that we choose to show the tail going like this way, we would have the hair also flowing that way essentially, and it would actually make for a more balanced approach. And there we have it. So some quick tones highlighting a galloping horse from the front angle. What we do have is the possibility to change the elements here. So this we would probably leave as is. We could, with the slightest change, let's say that we crunch this leg backward, maybe bring up the knee, we would place the knee here, make this more crunch and backward and show it from that angle. We could do that. We could show that leg even further and perhaps have it sitting down on the floor like that. But that is like more of a horse preparing to balance itself on the rear legs and standing up in that iconic stallion pose. And of course we could also do the same with the leg in the background, and of course we will have to change the setup, the anatomy of it all, right alongside our choice of placement. And the head will still remain there, or we could change the head and bring it right there, right up in the front also, and it would still work. So some different options for a galloping horse. Please do check out our other videos. We put out content pretty much every day. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, keep in touch, have yourself a wonderful day.